from this point forward, if none of you don't understand any of the shit that I'm saying, I don't give a damn. I'm not here to educate you motherfuckers. I'm here to pass down information. Whether you like it or not, I don't give a fuck, cause a nigga like me gonna keep it trucking. I've been waiting to talk about this shit for the longest. I was just waiting for the right time. And seeing as they finally decided to tell the truth about it, or shall I say they finally decided to tell you all the truth about it, because folks been telling you what it was and now what it is. But now I'm going to go ahead and expound on that information. Look at the niggas in the back. Expound? Nigga, you selling drugs now? And the reason why I waited is because I realized that when you try to wake people up, they crucify your ass for that shit because they want to stay asleep. And I get it. If my ass was asleep and I'm supposed to be up at 7 o'clock, but you wake me up before that at 5 o'clock in the morning, I'd be mad as fuck too. So I understand. But this right here, nigga, was one of the few times you motherfuckers were supposed to wake your ass up regardless of what time it was. Because not only did this affect you, this shit affected your loved ones, your family, your kids, your grandparents. This shit affected all of us on some sort of level. Most of you even lost somebody because of this shit. And I'm actually not going to approach this shit the way most of you all think I'm going to. Because just because you didn't get the jab, that don't make you any better than the next person. Because in the overall scheme of things, we all were fucked. And you sound dumb as fuck picking on anybody who did get it. That's like you talking shit about somebody who's broke as fuck when you're broke as fuck. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? But oh, because they're a little bit more fucked up than you are, that gives you the right to brag or boast? You sound like a fucking idiot. And that was just the intro. So before we even get started, I don't tell you motherfuckers shit just for the sake of me opening up my big ass mouth to act like I know everything. I be trying to pass down information that may have not reached your ass. So first and foremost, Google what this word right here actually means. And then you'll see they've been putting this shit right in front of your face in plain sight from the beginning. And I'm not even gonna go deep into that shit because it ain't no fucking point. Just know that the top two definitions have to do with anatomy and astronomy. As above, so below. And I'm leaving it there. Second, you all know I love movies, but majority of you all attention span is so fucking cooked that if somebody ain't fighting, fucking, or acting a damn ass, you can't watch no shit for more than 2 minutes tops anyways. But there is a movie called This Right Here. Look it up. And notice I'm talking in code because I'm not trying to go viral. This shit ain't for everybody, and I don't intend for it to be. Many are called, but only few are chosen. And do understand that this movie was released back in 2024, and you all are just being told the truth 2 years later. And wait till you see what other viruses they've been combining to create this one big ass virus. So for you stupid motherfuckers who was mocking anybody who got the jab, just know, if you fucked somebody who did get it, it's still a possibility that you could contract something from them. Exactly. So shut your bitch ass up. And see, normally I would consider myself some sort of whistleblower because I say this shit all the time. I've been trying to wake motherfuckers up since high school. But what I realized is the same people who ridiculed me and called me crazy for trying to wake people up are now just repeating the same shit that I've been trying to warn everybody for years about. But in reality, they just regurgitating the same old ass information, not even realizing how fucking far behind we really are. So everything you think you know, you don't even know the half. And the information is so old and outdated that by the time you do get it, it done been remixed 100 different times that it's watered down by the time it gets to you. Yes, the same shit they did to your fucking Bible. Shit, even the way I'm giving it to you now is watered down. Because it's the only way your ass is gonna get it at this point. But like I said, I've been trying to wake motherfuckers up since high school. And that was in my teens. And then half of my 20s, I've been trying to wake these old ass motherfuckers up in the church. To the point where I said, man, fuck all of y'all. I wipe my hands with this shit in my 30s and beyond. So I said, I'm gonna approach this 2020 world shutdown shit differently. I'm just gonna sit back and watch and see how everybody reacts to this shit. Then judge accordingly how I'm gonna move from here on out. And do understand that I have people that can attest to this shit right now. That in 2018, I was already living like I was quarantining away from people way before any of this shit ever took place. But anyways, the biggest red flag of them all. Everybody in this bitch was panicking. Even the puppets was scared as fuck. A lot of people made some of the dumbest decisions of their life at this moment. All because they thought the world was going to come to an end. Which leads me to ask, what a motherfucker would really do if they seen some spaceships or aliens floating around this bitch? If a pandemic caused all of this ruckus. Nevertheless, I knew there was a shift when the damn scientists started panicking. And because they thought this shit was over with, they started releasing an ass of classified information. So to make a long ass story short, the same motherfuckers who been playing God realized that there is something on the other side of the veil that they can't see that could be God, looking back at them pretending to be God. And instead of recognizing that as a higher power, they just been disguising that as quantum physics. See, what a lot of you don't understand is that you need both science and spirituality. Because science explains to you what is taking place in the physical realm. That way you can kind of have an understanding of what's taking place in the unseen realm, also known as the spiritual realm. But when you separate the two, you just have one group who uses a bunch of big ass words to justify some shit that they can't explain, so they just take the credit for it. And then you have the other group just making up shit because they can't explain it, but they can't use big words, so they just chalk it up to some big ass sky daddy in the clouds because it sounds better. The second big red flag. I ain't never seen this shit before. This was one of the few occurrences where I seen a large amount, scratch that, a mass amount of white people supporting black people. And I ain't gotta go deep into that shit. You motherfuckers was there. This was the one time even white people was forced to sit at home and watch with front row seats what other white folks was doing to our people. This was the one time I seen white folks coming by the flocks. Some of them was even tearing shit up on our behalf. All because of the injustice that they was witnessing being broadcasted to them in real time. Only for you all to then turn around and slap everybody in their fucking face by getting behind a movement that turned you all into pawns of the game by singling yourself out, claiming that Black Lives Matter. And yes, I get it. I get the fucking gesture. I get what it was supposed to stand for. But you all motherfuckers started acting like only Black Lives mattered. You all always take some shit, then try to run with it and use it to make it seem like we're just better than everybody else on this planet. Wrong place, wrong fucking time. Y'all did the same dumbass shit when y'all found out we weren't slaves and that we all were gods. Now every white person is a reptilian. When in hindsight, if we all were here on this planet before white folks even existed, so you say, then that means black people have reptilian in their blood too. You fucking imbeciles. And trust me, there were so many red flags that I seen in general. But this is the last and final big red flag that I'm going to speak on. See, what a lot of you all didn't realize was when they shut the world down, it was right then and there. We all were standing at a fork in the middle of the road. And we all were given the power to make the decision to either keep doing things as usual and go right back to normal, to the everyday bullshit that we're used to, or we could say fuck it and not participate in their bullshit and not play the game at all. You hear that? You didn't have to spend no money. You didn't even have to rally up and run the streets. All you had to do was not participate at all. We had the opportunity to really shift this reality in our favor collectively. Yes, a lot of us made the shift individually on our own, but collectively, we could have caused a ripple effect. We could have caused major waves. But no, most of you all were so much in a rush to get back to that rat race. Most of you all were so much in a rush to get back to that hamster wheel. Most of you all were so much in a rush to get back to that miserable life that with your decision, you ended up showing the higher ups that you're just overly going for anything at this point after 2020. So who knows what else they got in store for your monkey asses now? And at what point do you say to yourself, we already been injected with some shit when we was kids without our consent. But oh, our parents gave it for us, so that counts as something, right? And then they injected us with some shit again, or else we couldn't go off to college. And who's to say that shit isn't what's causing us a lot of issues now? Then you try to fuck us again, yet this time I can't go to work or enter certain establishments unless I got the injection. And most of you all never took the time to ask yourself, why is it such a push for this shit to be gotten this time? With all the diseases that we done had in the past, they don't even go this fucking hard for fucking HIV and STDs. Why was some shit that was already labeled preventable on a Lysol can the all and be all to the point that we can't even operate as a functional society anymore? I can go deep with this information, but there's no fucking point anymore. So at least to clear my conscience and say I tried to help, I can at least do the bare minimum. And a lot of you all are still attached to the old versions of me, especially that old ass church nigga I used to be. You all are gonna see me shining and wish I was that same nigga trying to wake y'all asses up. And that's why I'm making these videos. You want that old version of me? Then take your ass to the internet and get it from these videos. Because I'm moving forward whether you like it or not. I already have. I also understand that most of you all might not even see these videos till maybe 10 years from now, because the algorithm doesn't favor truth speakers. But ask yourself this question. Do I sound even remotely close to a lot of the bullshit that you see coming down your timeline? With all that garbage coming down your screen, who is really taking the time to share shit that goes against your normal daily dose of bullshit that you get on a day-to-day basis? So enjoy it now, because when I stop this shit, I'm not going back. Just like I said when I left the church. And you see I wasn't playing about that. So I'm in this video like this. I feel like TikTok might have been the best thing that ever happened to us. And I'm not just saying that because it kept us entertained during the shutdown. But I say that because not only did it give us the opportunity to get information from us, but from other countries. And when TikTok came, it was at that point that I realized we're a fucking joke. Because while we're doing this, and this, and this, I'm witnessing other countries build real life transformers. Yeah, like in the movies. Shit, I even seen them training poodles how to jump rope. And to take that shit to the next level, had that motherfucker double dutching. I even seen a country create a whole fucking artificial sun. That means a fake one from the real fucking shit that we see in the sky. Whole time, we over here shucking and jiving, dancing for money, begging for likes and comments, running up down milk crates. And during all of that, there were people of every color, every race, including doctors, taking information to TikTok to warn us about this shutting down of the world possibly being which in other words means that damn virus could have damn well been created, which also means that could have been a fucking attack on us by us. But you all fucking missed that call. And as I stated before, I just sat back and stayed quiet this time because most of you all did exactly what I knew you was gonna do. Then a lot of you tried to treat those who didn't take the jab like we was the fucking problem. Most of you all treated us like we was the ones who was gonna regret not getting it. And see, I'm going to tell you where most of you all are going to fail miserably in life and why you're going to allow folks to drag you down to hell with them. And most of you all don't even realize you're already there. You're not going to have to die to go there. Oh, you're there. See, most of you don't even realize that God has been talking to you the whole damn time. He's been talking to you through people, children, animals, even numbers. Shit, even me. And I don't even care to be a vessel anymore. Because in all actuality, I don't like you motherfuckers. And I'm just being honest. Because you all don't realize that all of this is God, good and evil. And if you don't believe me, look it up in your Bibles if you think I'm capping. But you all only want to look at it through one lens. You all chose to ignore the signs. All because the sky didn't crack open or lightning didn't strike or because you didn't see a fucking burning bush. And trust me, I get it. I don't expect you to take any accountability for the choice that you made. Because who needs to? When your whole life you've served the entity that says you can hurt, harm, even RAPE somebody, even take their life. And all you have to do is say, I'm sorry, and ask for forgiveness, and everything goes right back to normal like nothing even happened. And even after all of that, if all else fails, you could just say the devil made you do it, right? Oh, also, you know when I say this will be the last time I ever speak on some shit like this in my videos? Well, this is one of those times. You can believe whatever the fuck you want at this point. You've already been doing that. And now you're extra fucked because they done turned lying into a commodity. So people are just going to be making up shit out of their asses at this point just to get paid. So it's going to be more of the wrong information being given to you every day. And you're going to believe it. But just like in the majority of these videos that I've been making for you all, when the shit hits the fan, don't ever say I didn't told you so.